Hey, friends. Hi, hello. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It's great to see you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Drayton says I'll be lurking tonight. It's good to see you, Drayton. Steffers, hello. Sarah, Marissa, Captain Calc, hi. Cassandra, hello. Mike is here. Charlie is here. Noza, hello. Anne, Falling Hoshi, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Tim, hello. Hi. Hi. It's a strange day. It's like bright and sunny outside, but we just heard some thunder. So not sure if it's gonna start raining or storming or what it's gonna do. But you know what? I've got a mug of tea right here, a mug of peppermint tea, and I've got a newsletter to write. So I'm here for it. If you are, hello, Takara. Hi. Oh, good. Steffer says no writing for me tonight. The boyfriend is coming to visit tomorrow. We're long distance, and I'm going to do some cleaning up. Yes. That sounds wonderful. I know I shouldn't have said like, oh, good, you're not going to write tonight, but like, oh, good. I'm glad that you have that to look forward to. So yeah. How's everyone doing tonight? Falling Hoshi says, I didn't start another episode of ER, so I would be on time today. That is absolutely It's raining really hard all of a sudden. This is very weird because it's bright out and like there's not a lot of clouds. So I don't know what's going on. But hey, what's everyone working on today? How has your week's been? I feel like it's been a little rough. There's just a lot going on, and ooh, Sarah says I might go back to In the Shadows tonight, or crocheting and watching TV. I love to hear that. I'm going to be working on my newsletter today. I've had a lot of new subscribers, which is really exciting. So now I just have to think of something worthwhile. Wow, it is like crazy pouring. Unexpected, very unexpected. But yeah. So I have a new episode of the Right Now podcast out today. It is a interview with my friend Amy McNee over at Inspired to Write. So I don't know if you follow Amy on Instagram, but she is fantastic. She's one of my favorite people to follow. I hope that you enjoy listening to the episode. I had to use a lot of like censor beeps because Amy has a very uncensored way of speaking, and I love her for it. Oh, good. Sarah says, love today's episode. Good. That makes me happy. It's a delightfully sweary episode though, but it is bleeped out to keep it clean and safe for families. So if you're interested in listening, it's out there. I think it's fantastic. Again, Amy is incredible. I took her journal class, gosh, like over a year ago, and I'm still enjoying the benefits of that. So check it out. It's under Right Now Podcast out on your favorite podcasting app. I have Midori here. I don't know if you can see her. Hello. But she's getting her scritches. Oh, good. And I've got some comments coming in. Yes, Sarah, you started a blanket. I love it. Blanket to finish. Are you knitting or crocheting it? It sounds like crocheting, maybe. Steffer says, for an update on Spectre, take selection is complete for episode 1. Yay. The sound designer's putting all the extra doodads and whistles on it. Beautiful. Once they're finished, my composer will add some supplemental music and then, wow, submitting it to Tribeca Film Festival. Yes, you are. Good for you. I love to hear that. That's fantastic. Cassandra says it's been a weird week. I think I'm just going to sew on a project tonight because I don't think my brain is in the right place for creative writing work. Yes. And, Cassandra, I love to hear you say that because it gives me an excuse to say, hey, everyone who's out there who may not be feeling like creating tonight. Even though this is a create along, you do not have to create with us. Even though this is a create along, I invite you to just be here. Just be here. Just exist and breathe. Maybe do a little bit of doodling or journaling or stare out at the sudden rain that you weren't expecting. Play some Stardew Valley, play some video games, watch a movie, whatever your heart needs. This time is all about creative restoration. And I just want to make sure that you're doing something for your heart and your soul that is good and healthy for you. So if it seems like a bit much to create tonight, I understand, and I have been there, and I might even be there now. Just know that you're not alone, and you are welcome here no matter what. So excellent. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Cassandra. Noza says, I will be cleaning my paintbrushes and watching the weather roll in. Oh, that sounds really beautiful. Sounds really atmospheric. I love that. It is pouring. It's beautiful. You know, rain is my favorite kind of weather. And I'm just kind of bummed that like I can't just like stare out the window. Maybe I will. Maybe during tonight's create along, you'll just see me kind of drift over and start watching the rain contemplatively, because that's really relaxing. Mike says, for the first time in many weeks, back to the steampunk novel. Mike, I love to hear it. I love it. Thank you. Good. I don't know why I said thank you. Just thank you for being you and for working on your project. That makes me really happy. Oh gosh, yeah, I knit too tight too, Sarah. Sarah says, I prefer crocheting to knitting because I knit too tight. Yeah, there's times when I'm like trying to like push the blanket down on the needles and it's like, it's like stuck because it's so tight. I just put a lot of, you know, some people make things with love. I apparently make things with lots of anxiety, and that just comes through. Ooh, oh, wonderful. Oh, Falling Hoshi, I love this. Says, I'm going to finish the short story for the Storage Papers contest. I didn't know they're having a contest. That is fantastic. Good luck. Enjoy yourself. I hope that you have a great time creating that. Ooh, oh, let's see. Last week before vacation, so I'm scrambling to get things in, but I think I'll squeeze a bit of wish story tonight. Good. Annie, that makes me really happy. Wonderful. Anne says, I've applied for 3 freelance writing jobs and I'm torn between 2 projects. Anne, it sounds like you have a lot going on. Wow. Yes, Marissa, hi. Oh no, got to sleep at 4 a.m. Oh, that's that's either way too late or way too early or both. Hey, Charlie says I'm here but working. Charlie, I'm glad you're here. Takara says, looking at a picture to use for a prompt for my poem tomorrow. Wonderful. Jimmy says, I just wrapped up the last poem of the month, which I'll post tomorrow. But tonight, I'll set up the writing prompt for Friday and then sit back and bask just a little bit because I did a cool freaking thing. And I don't even care if no one else gives a rip because I did something I've never done before. Boo freaking yeah. Yes, Jimmy. Because Jimmy, once you get your poem for tomorrow, that's 30 poems in 30 days. And that's something you've never done before. I don't even know if I've ever written 30 poems. Like, that's amazing. Yes, celebrate, bask in it. And I know too, Jimmy, that you were talking about, you know, I wrote a poem every day for 30 days and no one cared. And I hear that from a lot of creators. And it can be, and not just it can be, it is extremely frustrating to put your heart and your soul into somebody and feel like nobody's listening or nobody's watching or nobody's looking. But you did it. And that is still something to be proud of. You put a piece of your soul out into the world. Like, how many people do that? I know it seems like a lot of people do that, but like in the grand scheme of things, very few people are actually doing that. Good. Anne says, I'm either going to work on Shadow of Truth or add some words to the plot stitch method. Excellent. Excellent. Sakara, tomorrow's your last poem too. We have 2 poets in this group who I think independent of each other decided to do a 30-day poetry challenge in September. And I'm so proud of both of you. I think that what are you doing, Midori? Okay, you're going to sit over there. Okay. I think that you're both really fantastic. And I love that you did this. Thank you for challenging yourselves. Yes, there's a lot of great, beautiful support. Yes, Jimmy, you did a great thing. I love it. Yes. Cassandra says 30 poems in 30 days is amazing. And they've been awesome poems. I've enjoyed reading them. I've enjoyed reading them too, honestly. So Marissa says, Jimmy and Takara, that is goals with some claps. Yes, we are proud of you. Yes, we are. Yes. I think, you know, I think it's worth talking about and celebrating that you said you were going to do something and you did it. That's, I mean, how many projects do we all not finish? How many commitments do we leave hanging? How many, how many novels go not even just unpublished, but unfinished or unwritten? How much of that do we let slide? And how many of those things turn into regrets? I know I have a lot of writing regrets, projects I never completed or even started, things that I'm having difficulty working on. Oh my gosh. Yes. Cassandra says goal accomplishment is a great thing. And I think I'm going to be a total hypocrite saying this because I don't celebrate my own wins, but I think that's why it's important to celebrate your wins so that you know that you're doing a great thing and it resonates within your life. Oh, Charlie says, I learned about an author today who never finished book 3 of his fantasy trilogy. Are the first 2 books like published and out? I'd be curious to hear more about that. You want to say hi? Yeah. Hello. Hello. Oh, it's Patrick Rothfuss. Oh, The Name of the Wind. Did he not finish the 3rd book? Oh, I know you hate it. Okay. Jimmy says, is his name Patrick Rothfuss? And Charlie says, Jimmy got it in one. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about that. Charlie, any insight you have would be wonderful. Jimmy says, Sarah, you really do need to celebrate your wins. Then you can get more wins and more celebration. Eventually, you just get cake all the time because of all the celebrating. You know what? It's funny that you say that. My amazing partner, Tim, baked a hummingbird cake this week or on Sunday, like earlier this week. And we've been having cake every day. And it's amazing. So, Tim, thank you for that. I'm going to pretend that it's a reward for something amazing that I've done. But honestly, I haven't really done anything other than like survive since like 2020. I mean, like my newsletters are coming out, my podcast is coming out, and I'm making a little bit of forward progress on Girl in Space. But it's like, do I have any, like, am I hitting milestones? Everyone is having cake. I love this. Yes, Cassandra says sometimes cake is its own reward. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Anne says I had cake as part of my breakfast this morning. Tim and I, okay, technically, so Tim says cake for breakfast the last 2 days. I have to we're responsible adults. Like, so Tim has been making sweet potato hash with like eggs, fried eggs on top. And so we have that. And then we have we have that at like 10. And then once we're done eating that, I'll make coffee and we'll have cake for dessert for breakfast. So that's life lately. That's been life for the past 2 days. Yeah. Oh, sour cream pound cake. Yes. 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 That's a wonderful point. That's a wonderful point. Nozah says, you don't always have to earn your cake either. That's true. Cake is just a beautiful part of life that you can just enjoy. Tim says your explanation makes us sound less responsible. You know what? We're alive in 2021. We don't have to earn our cake, right? Good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate your friendship. My gosh. Yes. Survival counts is amazing at this point. So to create alongs. It was funny. I was on a podcast interview yesterday and the interviewer was like, so what are you working on? And I was like, I don't know, not really anything. And she's like, well, I swung by your website and you have a weekly newsletter. And I was like, oh yeah, I have a newsletter that comes out every Monday. And she was like, and you have 2 podcasts. And I was like, yeah, but I'm stuck on Girl in Space. I mean, like I'm moving forward and I've got some good new planning that I've been doing. She's like, no, 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 the other one right now. I was like, yeah, that's coming out every Wednesday, but it's not a lot. She's like, and you also do these, you also do like creative consulting. And I was like, yeah, but like, that's not like every day. And she was like, and you do these like live create alongs? And I was like, yeah, but that's just every Wednesday. And I realized there was stuff I was doing. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a chance that you are probably doing more than you are giving yourself credit for right now. So maybe today's theme is we should give ourselves some credit. Ooh, I don't know what this is. Fika? Is that what that is, Cassandra? Swedish break involving coffee and goodies to eat. Yes. Yes. Baked goods fuel poems. Yes. Everybody send Jimmy some cake so we can continue writing poems. I know, the food talk. Oh my gosh. Cream cheese banana muffins. Does that exist? Because that sounds amazing. Oh no. Shannon. Oh no. Shannon says, the been working 12 hours straight, but I have done nothing productive syndrome. Uh-huh. And like, how much of that is just our mindset? How much of that is just judgment and us saying, I haven't earned my keep, whatever that means, whether it means I haven't earned my cake or I haven't earned my wages for the day or I haven't earned my video games tonight. Ooh, yes. Did you? Oh, so you guys, I don't know if you remember last week, Drayton and Deb made cricket cookies. They bought cricket flour. So like flour made of ground up dried crickets. And apparently the cookies came out great, little burst of protein. I don't know. I'm all for insects as a reliable, renewable, sustainable source of protein. So I kind of love that. But it sounds like tonight's cookies are no cricket flour, just old-fashioned flour, sugar, and butter. I bet also delicious. Also delicious. Oh, Dolly says, I'm here, not feeling so well, so probably a laid-back night. That's okay. I think a lot of people are having a little bit of a laid-back night this evening, and that's okay. It's okay to just breathe. It's okay to breathe, do some journaling, maybe doodle on a little sketch pad, however it is that you regain your creative energy, whatever you need to recharge. Jimmy says, okay, everyone but Drayton and Deb send me baked goods until I get a mushed up crickets detector. Oh man. So I don't love this mug. I like several of my other mugs better. But what I do like about this is A, the idea of drinking soothing peppermint tea out of a mug shaped like the Death Star. And also B, the pure volume of tea this mug can hold. This holds like 2 mugs worth of tea. It's like drinking out of a boat, and it's fantastic. So yes, and that is definitely a thing, like listening to the rain. I've been using, there's a website called rainymood.com that I've been using lately, just listening to rain sounds while I write. It's been very helpful. It helps me focus and it helps drown out external distractions. So if that's something you'd like to try, it's fantastic. There's also just tons of ambient sound and rainy sound and nature sound YouTube channels. So I love listening to those while I write as well. It helps me focus. Hey, Anna's here. Says, hey, just woke up from a nap, got to edit a short story and plan Preptober for my server. That's wonderful. Anne, what is your server? Is this like a Discord server for NaNoWriMo? I'm very interested. Oh, Marissa says, Shannon, you're such a sweet and encouraging person. Even if today didn't feel productive for you, I'm sure you helped make someone feel better today. Marissa, that's a beautiful outlook. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Dolly Edge says it's supposed to rain the next 3 days here. I really want it to happen at home so I can watch it. Oh, yes. Yes, love thunderstorms when writing. MyNoise.net says Annie is another good one. Lovely. Sorry, as usual, there is cat hair of some kind stuck to my face. We're just gonna roll with it. Yes, I have a cup that size and it's excellent. So is Noza. I love that. Virtual cottage. Oh, sorry. I got excited and I went to the wrong comment. Noza says virtual cottage is good for that too. It's got a timer and a mixer for ambient noise and lo-fi music. I just discovered that today. I was putting some things on my Steam wish list and I was like looking at my recommendations and I was like, what's virtual cottage? Because that sounds like it's relevant to my interests. And it was free, so I downloaded it and I used it, and it was kind of beautiful and delightful. There was like a little sleeping cat. So anyway, I just discovered that today, so I love that. Cassandra says a Swedish baked good inspired a short story I wrote that ended up being published last year in a local anthology. I love that. So baked goods equals writing. I mean, that's just like infallible logic at this point. Yes. Don't listen to rain sounds if rain sounds are not soothing to you. That is an excellent point, Jimmy. Yes. If there's something else that is more soothing, there are also a lot of noise generators do like a light breeze, like in a meadow, and that also, at least for me, that can be very soothing. I like to pretend I'm outside and I'm just in the warm sun and I'm safe and I can write without any distractions. The Writer's Mess is your Discord server. We do writing events all year long. Nano is big for us. And is there anything I need to do to secure an invitation to your server? Because I would love to be a part of that. Oh man, let's see. I wish I wasn't at work. First time I've been able to join in as I'm usually at work. Australia. It's also raining and storming this side of the world. Well, I love that you're joining us today. I hope that you're staying warm and cozy. I hope that you have a cup of tea or coffee or something else to fortify your spirits. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Mike says instrumental music is my go-to. When writing this one, it's heavy metal bagpipes. That exists? That exists? Heavy metal bagpipes. I'm sorry, my mind is exploding right now because that sounds amazing. Yes, Catherine, it's good you can pop in. Marissa says I shouldn't encourage ninja writing at work, but if it happens, it happens. I encourage, you know what? Just amidst us, among us, but just in our group here, in the privacy and safety of our group, I encourage ninja writing. I encourage outlaw writing at work. I don't know. If you can get all your work done and you just be sitting there looking for busy work to do anyway, you might as well like work on your own stuff. Just be careful with where you save it and who sees you. And if you work for a very litigious company, they might be jerks about it. So just, did we really? Why do I not? Tim says we went to a heavy metal bagpipes concert in college. Did we? Oh boy, is it bad if I have no memory of that? Oh my gosh. Cassandra says some of the noise generators end up freaking me out, basically because I forget I have it on. And then I'm trying to figure out where the weird sounds are coming from. Yes, I have also been there. Yes. Oh, punk bagpipes, but similar. Maybe I do remember that. Was it at like a Battle of the Bands thing or was it like a concert? Huh. Jimmy says I write a lot at work. My boss is cool with what I do so long as my work is done, which it always is. Jimmy, that's awesome. That's really, really good. I always had to do mine in like secret. Because like if I finished my work, it was like, well, you'd have to like search for things. Like, well, I guess I could rearrange this, the closet of like office supplies for the 9th time. It's a problem because I was always a really fast worker when I worked for someone else. And I would just get stuff done really quickly and then have to look for busy work. And like everybody else who's doing similar jobs, they just had their regular tasks. So they were like getting bonus work from me. Should have asked for a raise. Anyway, Falling Hoshi says, I ninja write in a notebook and on the Google Docs app on my phone. Yes, good. Write in a place that belongs to you if at all possible. Avoid doing work, writing related stuff if you can on your work computer. If you can do it on your phone or on something that you own, I think that's preferable. Oh, I like that. Dahlia says, I write at work. It looks like I'm taking a break on my phone or I'm going over notes and people don't say anything, not even my supervisor, but I do get everything done. Yeah, so it may come with benefits. Yeah. As long as you are fulfilling the expectations set for you in your job, I think that's a little bonus for working fast and doing things well. We road tripped to like Wisconsin to see it at some other college. Are you sure? Like, was I there? I'm just going to keep making face. I do not remember that. I'm so sorry. Anne says the best noise generator for me was the sound of being on a train. Yes. Yes. Marissa says, sometimes on Fridays, I go into work early so that I don't feel guilty about sneakily completing Jimmy's writing prompt while on the clock. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as it's being fair and as long as it works for you. Yeah. Jimmy says, definitely carry a notebook and something to write with. Ninja write everywhere, even 30 minutes, even 215 words a day adds up. Yes, in Jimmy's latest newsletter, he did the math that in order to write a novel in, was it less than a year? Less than a full year? All you need to write is like 200 words a day. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, Yoga Creative says, how easy is it to dismiss our progress? Sarah, I follow what you do and I'm amazed. Oh, thank you. Yes, we need to give ourselves grace. I'm often hard on myself that I'm not getting more writing done. Yes, but you're surviving. Yes. Oh my gosh, I recently had a near-death experience and my entire life changed. But in still moments, I've been writing a poetry chapbook collection that's almost finished. Oh my gosh. Tonight I'm writing a first blog post I've been putting off and eating Japanese cheesecake. You fit in wonderfully with our group here, so hi. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for that reassurance and that reminder to give ourselves grace. We're not machines, we're people, and we're really, really complicated. And I love that you have cheesecake. That's so perfect. That's so perfect. Aw, thank you. Tim says the point is I remember you being there, so it's a good memory. Aw, Tim, you're the best. Thank you. Wow. Let's see. Amanda says being a teacher means that an extra notebook being carried around does not arouse suspicion. So I can scribble down notes at any stage. I love that. I love that. Yeah, Noza, I get this. Yeah, Noza says, sadly, working in retail, I don't have any tasks that look like writing. I just have to do it in my head. My sister's a museum guard, like a security guard at a museum, and like she sneaks. She'll carry an index card and she'll jot little ideas on it in her pocket. But that's like really discouraged. So she has to like find a space that's like between the security cameras where her supervisor won't see her do it. So yes. Yeah. Yeah. Drayton says, I drive a lot for work. So I do a lot of story fantasizing and note jotting. I love a long car trip for unraveling a story in your mind because there's really not a lot to, I mean, if you're like on a highway, on a straight shot, or, you know, just in the Midwest somewhere where you're just essentially going in a straight line, there's nothing to like distract you or really ask for your attention. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, Dahlia says, I actually wrote one of my favorite under 250 words stories today from Jimmy's Apple prompt. So 250 words, even on something like that, can really add up. Yes, it can. Dahliage, thank you for sharing that. It absolutely can. Absolutely can. Sarah says, I sadly have so much work, yeah, that taking notes, yeah, puts me behind too much. Yeah. And again, it's, you know, jobs are all going to be different. And like what you can do at each job and what you can do after each job or before each job, it'll just differ from person to person. Tim says, OMG, I wrote so many blog posts at my last bank job. On my last day, I was transferring the files from my work PC and my manager got pissy and was like, you're not allowed to write at work. And I said something like, so fire me then. I'm glad you did that on your very last day. Good grief. I mean, you can't help it. I don't know. I'm always like, even if I'm not like actively crafting a story, I'm still like thinking about it, you know? And maybe that's a thought crime, but you know. Oh geez, I just realized it's 7:30. My friends, I'm gonna do a thing real quick. I'm gonna put up this little banner here that says that we're writing until 8:30 p.m. Central. Uh, yes, yeah, Drake and I appreciate that too. Um, so yeah, I lost my train of thought, but now it's back. This is a create along, so we're going to write for the next hour or so. Also, you don't have to. This is not a class. This is not anything for credit or a grade. This is just you deciding where to spend your time this evening. I'm very glad and very honored that you're spending it here with us. Please feel free to work on your podcast, your knitting, your crocheting, your novel, your memoir, your poems, whatever it is tonight that your creative spirit is leading you to create. I would love for you to create along with us. We'll do this for the next hour. If you're not feeling it, again, that's absolutely fine. You can play some video games, watch the rain, stare at the wall, doodle, whatever it is you want and need to do. Yes, Rebellious Comet, yes, says, I'm going to take a nap until I get gently yeeted. Yes, which is also a great reminder that we are going to write for the next hour. And then after that, at 8:30 p.m. Central, so at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, you will hear the gentle yeeting of the alpenhorn, which will guide you gently back into our group. If at that point you are in the middle of a thought, if you're still writing, if you found a good flow, that's awesome. Please feel free to continue to write. You don't have to come back. You can do your thing. Again, this is a really casual place. So, all right, friends. Hey, Pinball Princess is here. Hello. Hello. Are you guys ready? All right, good. I like to hear it. Good. All right, I'm going to mute myself. Feel free to listen to rain or not rain. Oh, yes, yes. Amanda says, or 11:30 a.m. Australian. Thank you. I do. I love it. We have several Australian folks who come to our create-alongs, and I'm always terrible about knowing what time it is for them. So thank you. Yes, 11:30 a.m. Australian. I'm going to mute myself, and I will see you in 55 minutes. Welcome back, writers. I hope that that did not startle or alarm you. I hope that it was a gentle way to bring you back to our group here. Again, if you are in the middle of a sentence, if you're in the middle of a thought, if you're in the middle of a really good place of creative flow, keep going. You can mute me or just close out of this window, whatever you need to do. Yeah. I'm the one who needs a Ricola, apparently. My allergies have been awful, but how was your session? Hey, Davis is here. Hey, bud. I am very glad to see you. Yes, Marissa says yeeted back to reality. I love it. Yes. Cassandra says, I was not prepared for that. I was not either, actually. I have a little alarm on my Fitbit that goes off every Wednesday night at 8:27 and just reminds me to like queue up our Alpenhorn. And it took me by surprise. I was like trying to figure out the end of this newsletter and just completely lost track of time. So I'm actually like really happy that happened. It meant that I was like in the flow of things. It meant that I was like involved in what I was writing. So I don't know, that was kind of like a really pleasant surprise for me tonight. How'd everybody else do? It looks like Anne says finish the story editing, did not get to anything else. That's okay. You finished the story editing and that's enough. Davis, heck yeah. Finished a 3,300 word story. Yes. Oh my gosh. Pinball Princess says, I actually wrote a few words trying to find a character voice, so I'll take that as a win. Good, 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 good. Cassandra says, I was way too absorbed in my audiobook and I was trying to figure out what on earth was happening with the Alpenhorn. Sorry about that. I know, like every week it disrupts some people's lives and sense of peace, but so yeah, just apologies there if you found yourself being really, really startled by the Alpenhorn. Good. Yes. Rebellious Comet says, yes, that was a great nap. Oh, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Ooh. Oh. A motivation for why. I love that, Dahliage. Dahliage says, my neighbor's dog approached my cat on his walk. He wasn't too pleased, but I actually typed up a scene for my outline and figured out something that's been bugging me for ages, a motivation for why. Good. Yeah, Falling Hoshi, I totally understand this feeling. Hoshi says, I wasn't feeling it totally. I let myself get distracted and maybe I'll find some time later this week. Yeah, that's totally okay. Yes. Oh man, that's like really good timing. Davis says, I was watching a horror movie and it shut off right as the Alpenhorn went off. I know, I'm there. How's that for a horror movie? Anne says, I'm in the middle of enhancing my plot summary chapter of the plot stitch and wrote a working blurb for Shadow of Truth. I love it. Annie says, half a scene tidied up. The story still needs an ending, but I'm trying to work my way back to that point methodically and not try to jump ahead. Oh my gosh, yes. That can be very hard. And I hope it's working for you. I hope it's working. I hope it's going well. Thank you for sharing that, Annie. Ooh, a poem about a flying house. I love it, Takara. That's amazing. Mike says 640 words. Woohoo! Mike, that's huge. Oh, I love that. I'm so happy. I love to hear that, Mike. I'm rooting for you so hard for your steampunk novel. Good. I'm really proud of you for getting those words in. Yeah, Tim is agreeing with Falling Hoshi. Same. Yeah, struggled to write. That's okay. That's okay. Good. Cassandra says trying to work in an Alpenhorn in Tudor, England was interesting, but at least I got my seam all sewn up. So accomplishment. Very good. Very good. Mm. Oh, that's good. Drayton says I had a friend stop over to visit Deb's mom. Nice distraction from her Alzheimer's issues tonight. Good. Good. Oh my gosh. I am very grateful for the kindness of other people. Oh, Dolly says, Sarah, I'm so grateful you read the comments with the corrected grammar, looking out for our fellow writers. Hey, when I text, like, who knows what's going to come out? So I totally understand. Um, Especially then, like, autocorrect gets in the way, and even things that were technically correct, like, get screwed up. So I'm here to read the intention of your messages. I'm here to read what's at the heart of what you're saying, right? So I've got you. I've got you. Good. Yes. Sarah says, spend some time crocheting, did 4 rows, but the yarn is smaller than the other. Oh, no. Despite being marked as the same on the bundle. Oh, I'm sorry. That's frustrating. Oh, so you're gonna have yeah, you're gonna have a change in the weight. I wonder if you could like increase the size of the knitting needles to make up for it. Would that work? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't listen to me. I'm outside of my wheelhouse. Marissa says, I downloaded a lot of plot ideas from my brain to some index cards and sticky notes. I love it. Came up with some new ideas as well. I'm a slow worker, but that's okay. I feel like that needs to be an affirmation or a mantra. I'm a slow worker, but that's okay. That applies to me too. I am a slow worker, but that's okay. It's okay. Some of us create more slowly than others. Some of us create more quickly than others. That doesn't mean one is right and one is wrong, or one is bad and one is good. It's just how we do. It's how we create. Oh, Mike, that's amazing. Mike says, thank you. I have a writing retreat in 2 weeks. 2.5 days of writing. I want to make a big dent on this novel. Yes. Are you doing, is it like a retreat at your house? Or are you like going somewhere, or is it like guided, or is it like self-guided? Mike, I'm so excited for your retreat. Oh my gosh. I hope you have the best time. Ooh, Jimmy, you're on top of things. Jimmy says the prompt for Friday is scheduled already. The time to get excited is now. I'm very excited. You're so good at providing these for us, Jimmy. I really appreciate that you do that. Thank you. Shannon says, oh, sorry. Annie says, sorry. Sometimes my like comments jump right before I click, and then I click on the thing below. Annie says the voice is also coming together more, both this story and the last one, Ghost Story. I'm finding I have to depoeticize the language to actually make it sound like the character. Oh, Annie, I've been there too. I found that after college, I picked up this like really academic tone to my writing. And like everybody was talking like a college professor because I thought it sounded smart. And it's like, no, Sarah, your characters aren't all going to talk this way. You have to make it sound a little bit more realistic. So I had to redevelop an ear for dialogue after college. Like I had learned or internalized something that wasn't necessarily great for my craft. I feel like that's a really rich well of conversation that we'll need to have at some point, is like, what do we learn that we need to unlearn? Maybe that'll be a Right Now podcast episode. What? I'm just going to write it down. Okay. I don't know. I think that would be interesting. Okay, so Shannon, whose comment I was going to read a little bit earlier, Shannon says, I found something I wrote 2 years ago and got lost. And got lost in the read. Ironically, it was about not allowing ourselves to bury our purpose under the busyness of life. Oh, I think it is going to go from the big pile to the book. Yeah. Oh, from the bits pile to the book. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. Sometimes I'll read like blog posts that I wrote like 2 or 3 years ago, and I have no memory of writing them. And it's a little concerning because I'm like, well, apparently I wrote this at some point. Apparently, like, I typed out the letters that made this post, yet I have no memory of it. Um, it's a little concerning, but I'm really glad that you found that and that it's fodder for the book. Like, that's really exciting. That's really cool. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I totally get that. And says I can bang out additions to my story over the course of a couple hours one day and then not be able to write anything for 4 days. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. Oh yeah, way too real. Yeah, way too real, Drayton. Yeah. And it's hard to know sometimes because like, sometimes it can be very cathartic to write about something very difficult that we're going through, but again, like you said, sometimes it's all way too real. Sometimes you're not ready to process it yet, or if you need to process it, you're not ready to process it in a way that could potentially be um, read by or consumed by or shared with the public. Um, yeah, yeah, way too real right now. And it also just depends why we write. If we write to process things or if we write to escape what's going on right now. There's value in both of those things. So I totally get that. Drayton, thank you for sharing that. Marissa will be going to work early on Friday to work on that prompt. I love it. I love it. Oh, nice. Mike says I'm going to a cabin at a KOA. So I have a bathroom, microwave, and coffee maker, all the essentials. Couple of hours from my house, just me and my writing. Good. Mike, I hope you have an amazing time. And I hope that you are kind to yourself. And I hope that you allow yourself to focus and produce and create in the best way. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Charlie says I'm the same with art. Like, clearly I drew this thing, but I have no memory of drawing it. What? Oh, that's awesome. Jimmy says, hey, have we mentioned that Drayton has a new book out on Friday called Dances with Aliens? It's his 5th or 6th or 92nd or something crazy nuts like that. Dude is a legit author. Yes. Drayton, congratulations. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. I am so happy for you. This is great. You guys impress me so much. You're so great. Yeah. Jolly Edge says, I read a lot of books ahead of my age group, and being an only child, I was constantly around adults. I constantly used large and sometimes way too complicated language as a result. I've been unlearning that while still trying to keep the descriptiveness I love from it. Yes. What really got me was like after college, not just writing dialogue, but also when I was ghostwriting books, they each one had to be written to a certain reading level, a certain reading grade. I don't know if they have this in like other countries or whatever, but in the United States here we have like reading grade levels. Like, oh, this is up to a 3rd grade reading level, so it's like appropriate for an 8-year-old, or this is up to a 4th grade reading level, so it's like something a 9-year-old could understand. And like most nonfiction books are or should be written at like a 3rd, 4th, 5th grade reading level. And it was really hard for me to like make that adjustment when I was like, oh, but we need to sound smart. And it's like, no, people need to understand the ideas in this book very clearly, and it needs to be an easy breezy read so they can get through it. Like, it was just very different. It was very different. Davis says, I need to unlearn short description writing and probably repetition. I tend to repeat the first phrase and change how it goes in a list. See, Davis, that's interesting because that could also be like artistic, like that could be stylistic. And I feel like it could be used to effect, unless you're overusing it, in which case, like, yes, maybe choose the instances in which it would have the most and greatest effect and use it sparingly. Oh, I know. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, Davis says, "Oh, I know what I need to unlearn. Letting the dialogue do the storytelling. I need to pick up on how to convey information to a reader through description and dialogue." Oh, that's very interesting. Mhm. Oh, very interesting. Yeah. And you're in the zone. Get back to work. I love it. Anne says, "The hardest part of writing after college is abandoning the passive voice." Oh, yeah. Yeah, I struggled with that too. Active and passive voice. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Um, gosh. So I've got I don't know sometimes why I do things like this to myself, but I have a 10 p.m. interview. And I think before that, um, I'm gonna like make some more tea and like rest a little bit. So I'm gonna probably run away soon here, but um, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for being you. The community in this create along is so amazing and warm, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Like this is just so, so wonderful. Um, yeah, if you're new here, hi, welcome. There's a special thing on that I have on my Twitch where you can't comment until you've been following me for an hour. So I hope that you got through that okay. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know in the comments. Um, I know it sounds so late. I know, and I'm the kind of person who like wants to be in bed at like 9:30 because I'm secretly very elderly. You just can't tell. Um, but yeah, we do these every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. So yeah, if you can make it to the next one, I'd love to see you there. If you make it to any of them, I'm always happy to see you. This isn't a requirement though. If you need to take a couple weeks off, like that's fine. If you never come back, I mean, I'd be sad, but that's fine too. You got to do what you got to do. But in the meantime, if you are not a member of our Writers Mastermind Discord, let one of the mods know and we will get you an invite to that ASAP. It's a great place to hang out during the week and talk about writing when we're not in the create along. So I invite you to do that. What else? I feel like there's more things I need to say when I'm signing off and I can't think of them now. Oh well. Yeah, this is true. Oh, I like this. Good. Jimmy says, "Y'all are amazing and wacky creatures, even if you don't think you're either one." I like that. I agree. I hope everyone, Cassandra says, has a great evening and great rest of the week. Good. Yes. Mike says, "Thanks, everyone. I'm so happy I was able to get back. Work and life has been crazy, so I'm glad to be back with all of you." Same, same. Every single one of you. Oh gosh, thank you. Jimmy says, "Oh yeah, subscribe to Sarah's newsletter and her podcast." That's right. If you're not subscribed, you can actually like read the stuff that I write during these create alongs. If you go to sarahwarner.com, oh, I have a banner for it. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh, look, sarahwarner.com. That's my name. If you go to sarahwarner.com, you can sign up for the Dear Creators newsletter. It'll get sent to you every Monday morning, and you can read what it is that I write during these create alongs. Usually insights about writing and creativity, sometimes insights about cake. I think that Monday's newsletter coming up here is going to be about cake because that's what I was thinking about and that's what I was writing about. But it still ties into writing and creativity. So I hope that you read it. Otherwise, yeah, Right Now podcast, WRITE now because puns. I have a new episode out today with Amy McNee. I hope you enjoy listening to that. Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. I've also been randomly streaming Stardew Valley on Twitch, so you might have caught a few of those live streams and being confused, like why, where's the create along? Why is Sarah playing video games? Sarah also plays video games sometime. So yeah, so that's a thing. So anyway, I hope that you're well. I hope that you remember to take good care of yourself and those around you, but also yourself. It's tough out there. Life is kind of hard. Dahlia says Sarah is also allowed to play video games. Thank you. I forget that sometimes. Like, oh yeah, I'm allowed to do things that are fun, and that's okay. So I hope that you remember that too. Take good care of yourself this week. I will see you, yes, you, next Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central. So we start at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'll look forward to it. All right, friends, take good care of yourselves. I'm going to make sure, yes, that our banner says thank you as I'm logging out here, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.